I was watching last night. I was watching the Star Wars Celebration video where you brought your son out on stage, and it got me curious about something because you were speaking too about Temuera Morrison of how he really looked after you on set, and how you two have stayed friends over the years. And since
Until he stole my role.
until he stole your role, that son of a yeah. But since he played your father on screen, has that bond ever influenced how you think about fatherhood or mentorship in your own life? Is there anything that you took away from that relationship that stuck with you beyond Star Wars?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I grew up without a father, so I mean, as a young man, you know, you don't realize until you get older and you have your own son how important it is to have a male role model in the household. And my son just turned 7 like 4 days ago.
Happy
And
birthday.
thanks. Yeah, I'll give that to his mom. She deserves it more than I. You know, Tim, as soon as I walked in, he was a huge actor in New Zealand, and I didn't have a clue who George Lucas was, Ewan McGregor, Natalie Portman, although she was gorgeous. But Temuera Morrison, I knew who he was because I'm from New Zealand. He's from New Zealand. He made a name of himself and became this iconic actor all over the world that most of us New Zealanders who wanted to be an actor inspired to become. And once he walked through the door, I just got starstruck, and
Wow.
he walked right up to me and he goes, well, I guess I'm going to be playing your dad. You're going to be my son. You call me dad, and I'll call you son. So I was like, okay, Dad. And he just looked back down at me and goes, okay, son. So I spent a lot of time with him. So from that moment, we really became father and son, and all through filming Star Wars with him, I'm like, hey, Dad, where are you going? Oh, I'm just going to my trailer, son. You know, you want to come with me, boy? I'm like, oh, yes, I'll come with you, Dad. So we kind of followed each other around. I got a funny story, actually, because I didn't grow up with a father. When I finally got a father, Django Fett, he called my house. And my sister picked up the phone, and she's like, we were always taught to ask who's speaking. It was kind of a polite thing we were all taught, like, oh, can I ask who's speaking? She's like, oh, this is his dad. And yeah, you could imagine that, right? My sister said, what? Goes, this is his dad. And she goes, oh, click, and hanged up the phone. Well, she thought, well, now he's famous, you start to call, right? Like, now you want to have a son. So he had to call back, and he's like, oh, dude, this is his dad, Temuera Morrison. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry, sir. You know, so then she came running around the house looking for me, and I kind of felt a little resentment after that from the rest of my siblings, like you think you're better than us because now you've got a dad, kind of thing. But no, he's taught me a lot. You know, he taught me a lot about being humble, about our culture, and you know, making sure we keep the culture alive, and how important it is to be a native Māori, you know, kid and person. And just about being there, you know, like he always calls, he'd always check on me. When we're at conventions, you know, we're still stuck to each other like glue. Me more to him than him more to me. But yeah, I just try to show up, you know. I was telling someone earlier, you know, my favorite job today is being able to have the opportunity of taking my son to school and then picking him up after school, you know, and just those simple things like seeing him come out of school and, Dad, throw his school bag at me, you know, while he goes and runs and plays with the other kids is one of the most fulfilling things I've had in my life. So just try to show up, you know, and do your best. As a father, you don't know what you're doing, but you just hope that you being there and being present is the most important thing. So, yeah.
Wow, so he sounds more like Aquaman's dad than Boba Fett. Yeah.
Oh, I got a funny story about that one, too. It's got some bad language in it, but not from my side. But I tried to take a picture with me, Jason, and him, and Tim was okay with it, and Jason, I don't think he really liked his Star Wars brother very much. I'm like, we're kind of brothers. We share the same dad. Can we take a picture together? Yeah, Sean?
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I didn't think there'd be so many funny Temuera Morrison stories.